internet, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Wordz. Happy Monday to everyone. Let me see the beautiful faces we've got in here. Look at the beautiful faces. Happy Monday to everyone. We have a full show today, a full event. Our open mic list is full, and we got so much to talk about that's coming up in the next week. So let us get right into it. Oh, I don't even have it open. What did I do? I'm not even prepared this time. Oh my God, I got so much to do that I didn't even have the tear sheets prepared. 1 second, there we are. They're open now. All right, we're just gonna edit this part out, even though we are doing live stream. Here we go. Oh, it didn't even show. Shout out to Mr. Ron Mark Thompson, who is our producer for tonight. He's actually got an event this Friday at the cafe we're going to talk about. But first things first, this is the Monday Night Online Open Mic, 127 weeks in a row. Please forgive me for getting started slow, okay? For this one, it's been 127 weeks of this beautiful thing of every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, even during the holidays. It was Labor Day today, and I was in the cafe working, and I was like, why is no one here? And I forgot it's Labor Day. But no days off for me. Like I said, we're doing this every day, every Monday. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You want to see our past open mics? Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. If you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter Live and you'd like to join us on Zoom, the number's on the bottom of the screen, 279-995-364. That is our number every Monday, so make sure that you lock it in. We'd like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events, even when our hosts are not prepared in the beginning. We appreciate y'all for that. You too can help support us with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute or hitting us on the Cash App, $ New Eurekan Poets Cafe, but there's no guarantee that our hosts will be ready at the beginning of the open mics. Today, party, that is the theme. It is Labor Day. We are supposed to have a time off to party, to celebrate all the hard work that we have done. So if you have signed up for today, hopefully your poem has something in party. But guess what? Even if you're not on theme and you're sharing your poetry today, that is no problem. You can share whatever poem is in your heart for today, whatever you feel that the world needs to hear. As you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, these are all our upcoming themes. Next week is New Chapter. I'm excited about that. October 31st, Halloween, you're going to be with me, folks. Spooky and horror, that is going to be our theme. And of course, October 3rd, my girlfriend's favorite day, one of her favorite days is National Boyfriend Day. So all of this and more you can find not only on the Instagram of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, but on my Instagram and my Twitter. You give me a follow at Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that's with a Z, because poetic license. I've also got a YouTube channel where I don't start late on there. You can check it out. All right, poets, let's get right into it. There are a few rules to be aware of. First, turn your camera on. When you are performing, we want to see your beautiful faces. We want to see how expressive you are with every word, every syllable in your poem. And most importantly, we want to see if you've been cleaning your room or in the space that you're in. So when we call you to perform, please turn your camera on. We are looking to simulate an in-person open mic as much as possible. As well, poets, please, right now, right this second, get your poems ready so that when I call you, you are ready to go. As I said, we have a full list tonight. So you're going analog style. You can get that paper out, get that book out, turn to the poem. Or if you have it on your computer, open the file right now so that when I call you, you are ready to go, because we are here not for the host who's unprepared in the beginning, but for the poets to read their poetry. Poets, you've got 3 minutes to read or perform your work. Not 3 minutes and 15 seconds, but 3 minutes. Please be respectful. We've got 25 people signed up. We want to get to them all in a timely manner. Also, you got a 30-second intro to quickly let the people know where they can find you online. I know that there's a lot of us who got our hands and a lot of cookie jars, and I know you want to promote everything that you want to do, but please keep it to 30 seconds. Let the people know where to find you online, and that's where you can tell everyone about everything that you've got going on. In terms of censorship, put the kiddies to bed because there is no censorship. Some of our poets will use mommy and daddy language. And on a more serious note, some of our poets are going to share things that is incredibly vulnerable to them, and it may be triggering. So the founders of the cafe were big on freedom of speech. They were trying to give a voice to a community whose voice was being stifled, doors weren't being open. So it is really big to them that people can speak their truth, which means that there is no censorship. You have been warned. After our poets literally and figuratively cut a main artery open in their soul and pour it out into a poem and share it with us, this message is going to pop up on your screen. We do ask that you please click that blue button, that unmute button, and shower our poets with love and with energy. Who cares if your neighbors are pissed off? They are just your neighbors. And if they have time to complain about you being too noisy and loud, they have time to join us on the Zoom call for the open mic. Okay. With that being said, our list is full. Signs because the signups opened up 24 hours ago. The signups begin 24 hours before the show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. To sign up, you would go to our website, www.newrican.org, and you click full events calendar. There, when you get to the calendar, you would click on the date you want to sign up for. So next week is the 12th, if my math is correct. You would click on the 12th and you would order an artist RSVP ticket, which will place you on the open mic list. Now, it's the only way to get on the open mic list. And the artist RSVP ticket does not become available until the Sunday before at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you log on at 7:59 on Sunday and you don't see it, do not panic. You're just a little bit early. Click that refresh button. Okay, later on we're going to be talking about hybrid. I'm very excited about this hybrid. We've got some people on the low who are going to be coming to check some things out. I may or may not talk about that a little bit later. Also want to let you know, because I know some of the people in the community enjoy coming to this. This Wednesday, I'm not hosting the slam because the first Wednesday of every month, we have the Women Orators Wednesdays. It is for and by the ladies. It is a fantastic night, but I'm going to get into that a little bit later because we've got this beautiful list of poets who are going to be coming and performing. I told you we got a full list today. As you can see, some of the people I have I've highlighted their names in black, like Beautiful Fire. I have no idea who Beautiful Fire is, but I'm excited to hear them, like new voices. Or Nas is back! I feel like Nas only comes every 2 months because she knows we're going to highlight her name and make a big deal out of it. Damn it, Nas, we want you here every week. She's over with Nomadic Press, got a lot of love for them. Christy Scribbles, and it feels like Christy Scribbles hasn't been here in a while because she'll show up on Thursdays, or she'll show up to promote, give love to people. She'll show up like to our hybrid or our karaoke after party, but we actually haven't heard Christy Scribbles share a poem in a while, so I'm excited about that. We also have David Smart here. Now, I didn't spell the name incorrectly because on our system, it has 2 T's in it. So we're going to find out if there was a typo that David made when he set up this, or if it's really with 2 T's, and we're going to get put on to why that is. So looking forward to hearing David. And Marissa Prada is back. I think she's been gone like the whole summer or something. I hope you are well, Marissa. I haven't heard from you in a while. She will be closing out the night tonight. I'm excited. Also, to let you know, there is a name on here. There is a name on here who said he's not going to be here, DG Clearing. He sent me an email, told me he wouldn't be able to rock tonight. But don't worry, we've got a ringer. Diane Ward is going to be in the number 4 right there. We are going to hear from Diane Ward. Haven't heard from her in a while, and I'm excited. So let's get this puppy started. And we are starting with the beanie goddess herself, Deadpan Lizzie. I hope that your place is air conditioned because you are wearing a beanie. It's hot. If y'all could see my hat got holes in it so my hair can breathe and everything, and I am still too hot. All right. Deadpan Lizzie, you know the deal. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then we're ready for your poetry, sis.
Yeah, the Columbia cap looks good on you. I like it. Beanie blessings to you, brother, and the community. I'm as cool as a cucumber tonight. Happy to be here. ES_Strauss online. You can find me this weekend at Hybrid Karaoke and the New York City Poetry Festival at Governor's Island while we do book signings and featuring on the White Horse stage with Red Green Books. All right, my poem tonight is called Cooking Together But Alone. Two can be a party, sometimes the most important one. Occasionally an anxious soiree where the butterflies turn to jets swarming around the skies of your belly and brain. Pasta is cheap, like feelings can be 24/7, 365, or 366. Once the noodles are broken into the respected strings waiting to be boiled in the water of the rusted circa 2021 pot, all bets are off. It will come out al dente, overcooked, or perfect. But perfect does not exist. Even with the right amount of extra virgin olive oil to help the spaghetti not stick to the bottom of it all, it cannot help but cling to the crap on the sides of the aluminum Williams-Sonoma kitchen appliance, while you and your sous chef stand by for the base of the meal to predict your future. You chop up the onions for the sauce, but the onion cells that release these compounds into the air were not the reason you both began to tear up. The tomatoes that stew in the ceramic saucepan with too much oregano, pepper flakes of many kinds, and salt from the tears you knew you would both shed have ruined your meal. The Parmigiano Reggiano spoiling in your refrigerator as Wordz mince on the hardwood floors of your apartment like the garlic that will live in these walls for eternity. The sauce has splattered everywhere, an outcome you predicted. But will the spaghetti boiling on the last burner available on the 4 cooktop stove save your party? Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Let's give some energy to Pan Lizzie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The recipes. Way to set it off in here. Let's go.
Thank you, friend.
A party or two. A party. I saw what you did there. Deadpan Lizzie. Make sure that you give her a follow. Deadpan, you can put your info into the chat. And I do believe the option is turned on. Yes, the option is turned on. Poets, if you would like to include your social media handle in your Zoom name, the option is on so that people who are watching this now can take a look at it and give you a follow. Or there are some people who miss us live and they watch it later on. So if you want them to if you want to give them an opportunity to give you a follow, you can change your name as well. With that being said, Marissa Prada is entering the room now. With that being said, we are going to Roll James, who I know a couple of weeks ago was here on a Monday night online open mic, but I think he's missed like 2 in a row, which is way too much. So Roll, I'm going to need you to once again let everyone know how they can reach you on the interwebs so that they can remind you that it's Monday. Good to see you, brother. The floor is yours.
Good to see you. No pressure at all. It's good to be back, man. Life, living life, and then had to kind of shut down for a bit, but it's good to be here. I just have one piece I want to share with you. I've been dusting out some poems. I've got my recital coming up on the 18th. I'll put all the information in the chat, because I know the list is long, so let's get as many poets as we can reciting tonight. So this piece I'm going to share with you is called Feel. To be in the flow of life, is that to feel? What does it mean to feel? I am beyond happy, sad, excited or down, ecstatic or lonely. The feeling that is me rippled from the initial moment of existence. A wave of feeling caught up with me. No, wait, I connected to it. This connection reminds me of a knowing that is familiar, yet unfamiliar in thinking. It washes over the rage of my mind. I transcend to see beyond a roller coaster of emotions that no longer serve. Am I still asleep? Cocooned in a sack of possibilities. I awake to memories of a feeling that is beyond time and space. Eye to eye with my true self, time expires through the illusion. I now see beyond sight. My soul mirrors the understanding, the perception that is me. I am beyond all earthly senses. To the sixth I feel. The feeling is the prelude to my every thought. My being is a thought of feelings, one with its meaning, into a feeling beyond life's birth, life's death, for neither matters. The feeling carries on. The feeling is my everything. The atmosphere that connects, it is my heart. The flow from mother's tears, the celebration of life. Feeling springs forth life. Life springs forth feeling. I was always connected to the feeling, to my love, to my truth. Is this my life? Built on experiences where right is wrong and wrong is right, good and bad, light and dark, are harbors of safety from the turbulent winds of fear as wisdom sparks a new dawn. End of poem. Blessing, poets.
Give it up for Raw James.
Whoa, raw.
Great work.
Beautiful work.
Man,
Yeah.
That's a powerful piece.
I see beyond
that is
sight.
a powerful piece.
Wow.
Powerful beard, powerful poetry. I love having this dude on. And he's got a great reading voice as well. Raw James, brother, put your info in the chat so that the people can further pressure you to remind you it's Monday. But of course, like on a more serious note, like a lot of people have been telling me of late, I've been hearing the thing, you know, life be life, and I totally understand. Nonetheless, I hope you know that we just love having you around, Raw, sending you a bunch of good energy. I hope whatever needs to get put in place is getting put in place, and you know, don't stray too far away from us. We love having you. Raw James, a mainstay member of the Monday Night Online Open Mic, even though he started on Thursday night. He's a mainstay member there as well. Shout out to Ray Jane, who is our Thursday night host. I see her in the chat somewhere. I'm sure we'll get to her later so she can shout it out and talk about it. And I want to embarrass someone real quick before we go to, we got Mia Aguilera next. All right, cool. I want to embarrass someone before we go to the next person. Everyone here who's on Zoom, I want you to send a private message to the person named Catherine. Yes, Catherine, I'm shouting you out. She is a phenomenal poet. She week in and week out, she is at the workshop on Sundays that I do, and I can't wait for y'all to hear this woman's poetry. She's phenomenal. Right now, she's in the back because I think she's building a house. There is a lore and a mythology that's built around her background. Nonetheless, what's up, Catherine? It's good to see you. Your poetry is fantastic. I'm glad that you're here, and I've done enough embarrassing of you. Now we're going to get to Brooklyn's own Mia Aguilera, streaming live from her new palace. Mia, it is a pleasure to see you as always. So we've been in the palace for a little while now. Things are good, right? All is good. We've settled in.
Yeah, about a month now in the new place. Still gotta put some like knickknacks and stuff out, but mostly everything's done.
Awesome. You let us know when it's done, because when it is fully done, all of us are coming over to your house to host the Monday Night Online Open Mic. With that being said, let everyone know where they can find you online, sis, and then the floor is yours.
All right, I hope y'all are cool with doing a lot of tequila shots because that's kind of my thing. All right, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can at Mia Sochi. I'll put it in the chat. The day after hybrid is my birthday. I'm gonna lie and tell everyone that it's my birthday party. 80 people are gonna come. We're just gonna get on that karaoke stage. So y'all better come through. And I'm looking to see you there if you're in town. All right, this is called Pomegranate Heart. He found my heart under the kitchen sink, cleaved in half, the shell smooth despite a few brown scars, and varying in shade from pale pink to burgundy red. The inside was white and full of small indentations where the seeds were supposed to be, hammered like a copper cup. He searched the house and day by day collected the seeds, 103, finding them in potted plants, candles, a mason jar full of wild rice, the basket full of origami frogs. I laid in bed, feeling my chest fill up, grow heavier each day, listened to the sound of his feet on the wooden floor. He found all of them except one and brought the halves of my heart cradled in both hands, red kernels piled high. He looked at the empty spot and knew the seed was buried. too hard to find. Thank you.
Give it up for Mia, y'all. Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Mia.
So
Oh,
beautiful, right?
yeah. Let's go.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
Minute Heart. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Mia Aguilera, a mainstay member of this community. I love having her on. Listen, Mia has made her way into the community. We totally forget that Sam Park had introduced us to Mia. We don't know where Sam is. I hope all is well with you, Sam. Love having Mia here. You better be here this weekend for Mia's birthday party at the Hybrid Open Mic. As she said, she's correct. If we get 80 people in there, then I will sing at the after party. For those who don't know, we have a karaoke after party. So we're going to have our hybrid Mia Aguilera birthday party, and then we're going to have our after party birthday party for Mia. Make sure you go give her a follow. Mia, put your info into the chat so that people can give you a follow. And also, I do want to come over, Mia, for your party in your house, but tequila doesn't sit well with me. Oh, I've got stories. Bad party. I'll write a poem about it another time. But right now, ooh, we're going to Diane Ward. Everyone stop what you're doing and pay attention to this woman. Hi, Diane. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well. I love seeing you. All right. My girlfriend's trying to kick me. No, it's my time with Diane right now. Leave me alone, baby. Hi, Diane. Let the people know. Oh, that's right. Diane doesn't have social media, so you can only find her here on Mondays when she has some free time to hang out with us. Diane, I hope all is well. The floor is yours. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. And I want to thank DG. I am going to play it forward. And although you're thinking you were going to hear from me, I would really like to promote another poet in my 3 minutes. I will be at the Poetry Festival this weekend, but I would like to take this opportunity to promote someone who's not here. Kimberly Anderson is a South African poet her book has just come out under Marissa Prada's publisher. And the name of the book is Do I Look African Enough? And if you want to know what I think, you can read what I wrote on the back cover. So please buy the book. This is titled The Forgotten. Can we talk about the brown babies, the World War II babies, the Black father, white British mother babies they mistreated, put in children's homes babies, like they didn't belong to babies, the ones who got robbed of their heritage, scrubbed down till they bleed babies because of their beautiful brown skin, told they were dirty babies, war orphans, war babies, occupational babies, illegitimate Mishkin-Linda, mutt babies. Can we talk about the mixed blood, half Japanese babies, discriminated against babies because of their skin color and eyes babies, the 1952 babies left for the streets to raise babies, white American father babies put in a children's home babies. Can we talk about the Jarawa mixed race baby whose life was short-lived, assassinated because of his skin color, because some white man could not resist the beauty of a Jarawa woman, and a Jarawa tribesman not wanting to contaminate the undiluted pool of a tribe that migrated 500,000 years ago to India? A single mixed race baby seemed to have been threatening their tribe more than the people who found out of their existence. Can we talk about the Afro-German babies? A bloodline between German and African fused into these beautiful babies, the 1919 babies, the Rhineland bastard babies, French with African ancestry, German mother babies, the contamination of the white race babies, the unwanted babies, the babies had out of curiosity, Black man, white woman loving, or is it white woman, Black man loving, Black woman, white man loving, or white man, Black woman loving, or perhaps white man, Black woman raping, war orphans, war babies, occupational babies, illegitimate Mishkin-Linda, mutt children, the ones whose cries can still be heard from the trenches they have been thrown into. History has built a foundation on their bodies. That was written by Kimberly KMA Anderson. I wanted to play it forward. Thank you for giving me DG's spot. I wanted to play it forward to an author who's not here tonight, but I thought you should know about her book, everyone.
Everyone unmute yourselves and give it up for Diane Ward reading Kimberly's poem.
Great
English writing is amazing.
Check out KMA.
Me some
KMA is
Diane.
actually dope, for real. Check out KMA. Get her book.
Available for all.
All of the information to that is in the chat. I saw Marissa Prada put the info in there. I think someone else put the info in there, so you can look up Kimberly's book. Thank you very much, Diane. Diane Ward, a mainstay member of this community. I love having her on, and I am still waiting for her to kick her husband out so I can slide into the DMs. Okay, next coming up. Listen, y'all. If I don't make it to the end of the open mic tonight, it's because my girlfriend Mariella killed me. She just gave me the dirtiest look, okay? She gave me that, I'm gonna cut you. I love me some Diane Ward, but I'm gonna cut you, all right? Just letting y'all know. They all seeing it now, all right? I'm safe in numbers. All right, let's keep it moving. Next coming up is Tara Lee. Let me unmute Tara Lee. There she is, Tara Lee, one of the sweetest people in the community with the scariest names, Tara. Shout out to Mama Lee. I hope she is well. Tara, you know the drill. Let the people know where they can find your 2 books and your 3rd that's on their way, right? The 3rd is on the way. 2 already exist. Let them know where they can find that, and now let's get into your poetry.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Tara Lee. Check out taralee.com. That is TERRALEIGH.com. Because like in the next week, the new book will be out. I have it right here in hand already, but it's official next week. The Girl on the Swings Transparency will be out for you guys. Yes. I have 1 poem that is on theme and 1 from the book for promotion's sake. I'm trying to get better at promoting myself. All right, this is the on-theme one. My depression is a party I'm invited to often. It celebrates my anxiety, how it takes me on roller coasters of fear every time I take a risk. All of the failures my depression is proud of, and it cheers for my tears, the confetti to this whole shindig. I sit in corners and focus on my phone. Sometimes I text people for help. More than often, I just sit there scrolling through social media because no one can drive me home. My depression is a party I'm invited to often. Shows me that I'm popular, but I'm an introvert and I just want a quiet night to myself. That's that first one. And then this is, I guess you could say, the title piece from the new book. Hi, my name is Tara. I can speak 2 languages, but struggle to say hello. I write poetry on my phone, but can't send a simple text. I can take pictures of myself, but always tense up with video calls. I'm automatically logged onto Facebook, scrolling the dashboard without making a post. I think way too much, pouring anxieties all over my daily routines. I want to say I'm sorry, but Satan tells me that's an empty plea for attention. I'm too quiet for my own good. Even my cat is shocked when I speak to him, and I run wild with daydreams, forgetting where I stand. I'm not in this meeting for an alcohol addiction. It's for my silence that will one day kill me. Thank you, everybody. September 12th, that's when the new book is available. Check it out on Amazon.
Wonderful.
Tara-Lee!
Yes.
Hey, congratulations on the new book.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Congrats on the new book, and I know of a lot of poets who could relate to the things that you mentioned there. You know, I make one of these jokes when I host the Wednesday night slam here at the cafe. I say, you know, these poets are going to share with us. Some of them are going to tell us things that they won't even tell their own family, and I think that tends to resonate with a lot of poets and whatnot. Like, they're introverts, but then if they get an opportunity to share their poetry, we kind of come alive. So I know not everyone's like that, but I do know that a good chunk of the community, a good chunk of writers in the world are like that. Tara, put your info into the chat so that people know how they can follow you and you can remind them of when your book is coming out. All right, let's keep it moving. Also, if I didn't mention, we kept mentioning hybrid, we're going to be able to send those who want to join us via Zoom to share. We are going to get you to sign up today, and we will do that with Mr. Ron Mark Thompson later. But right now, we're going to Professor Platinum. That's right, we got superheroes in the community, so they need superhero names. Professor Platinum, better known on the low as Doug Silver. Doug, it's good to see you, brother. I hope all is well with you. Your poem about your mom still resonates with me. Just want to let you know that. So please, let the folks know how they can reach you via the interwebs, and then let's get into your poetry.
Thank you, Advocate, and thank you, everybody. I'm just here on Monday night. I'm like Diane Ward. I don't have any social media, but I try to be here every Monday if I can. This poem is a New York story. It's called Entertainment. One summer evening, as you could gratefully feel the mercury descending a thermometer, on my walk, I spy a very well-dressed man and woman, hand in hand, a half block ahead of me. Lots of reds and yellows and the pattern of her long cotton skirt, and lots of black in his suit and wide-brimmed hat. Where are they headed, I'm wondering? A nightclub? Some concert I don't even know about? As we approach a very popular and crowded Mexican food takeout place. The long line of customers snaking down the sidewalk, music blaring from two tall black speakers, one on either side of the storefront window. The well-dressed couple stop their walk, face each other, now holding both hands, discussing something. And right then, they give each other a sweet and soft kiss on the lips. He's standing still, facing her. She's stepping back, giving him a little curtsy and breaking into this beautiful and theatrical dance. She takes his hand and he starts dancing too, just as beautifully and theatrically as she. I'm standing there admiring them. Everyone in the long line is as well. When the music pauses, the well-dressed couple does too. Everyone in the long line starts clapping, as do I. The well-dressed couple gives us all a quick but elegant bow and each other another sweet and soft kiss on the lips, holding hands again, joining the long line to order some food. Smiling and nodding, I continue on my walk. Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Doug Silver.
Thank you.
Nice.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful, vivid energy.
Generous show, man. I love it.
Beautiful.
Tell stories, man. I dig it.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Professor Platinum. For a second there, I thought he was talking about me and my lady because we did a little bit of salsa in. So, you know, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But thank you, Mr. Doug Silver. You never know, people, when a poet is looking at you and they're going to write about it. I can't tell you how many times I walk down the street and I'm trying to figure out everyone's life and I'm putting it into a poem in my own head and whatnot. So awesome, awesome. And to let y'all know as well, if y'all were inspired by that poem to not only write, but like, damn, it's been a while since I've danced. The last Sunday of every month here at the New Rican Poets Cafe, we are doing a salsa jam. It's only $10 to get in. It's at 9 p.m. So make sure you do it. Now, I know in Doug's poem, he said that like the couple was dressed well. I wasn't dressed well that night. My baby was, but I wasn't. But well, we were dancing. So I invite y'all to come out and dance. Yeah, Claudia was there too. Claudia was there too. I see her. Shout out to Claudia as well. She's here in the room with us, and she also it comes and works in our workshops on Sundays. And you know, that reminds me too. I wanted to mention this. Ron had said something in the workshop like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Because what I do is every now and then, or a lot of times of late, I'm having all of us comment on each other's poems. It's not just me. And Ron had mentioned, man, it's hard to do that because we only hear these poems once. And I realized too, like during this open mic, it's really hard to appreciate everyone's poem. So check out the New Rican Poets Cafe on Facebook, YouTube. Once this is over with, you can rewatch it. If there's someone's poem that you feel like you missed something, or you want to rehear it, you can totally go and rehear it. Or if you happen to share your own poetry and you wanted to know, damn, how did I do? You can go and rewatch it and then share it with your friends. Next up, Beautiful Fire. Now, I don't know the name, but I feel like you have been on one of our open mics before. Maybe on our Thursday night. Have you?
Actually, this is my very first time. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. So, where are you located? You ain't got to give us the full address. As you see, some of us are in witness protection program. We have no social media, so that's fine. But like the city, the whereabouts, where are you at?
I live in Miami, Florida.
Woo! Miami in the house. I like being in Miami in the winter, not in the summer. In the winter, I love me some Miami.
I used to live in Brooklyn, and I moved here about 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. What, you moved here 20? So what? Like you were one? Like you look 21 right now? Like, or like, are you really like? Do you remember Brooklyn? Do you remember Brooklyn? Have you ever been to the New Rican Poets Cafe?
I have not, but I look forward to visiting when I come out there.
Well, I hope it's soon. And I saw you're friends with Roll James, or you just gave a shout out to him because his beard and poetry is great, or you know him, or what is it?
He actually invited me to this. He let me know about you guys, so he's doing amazing promo, and I'm excited to be here tonight.
Woo! See, folks, flattery does everything. You let Roll know you like his poetry and his beard, and he too will get people to your open mic. With that being said, so Beautiful Fire, you see how we do here. You first let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out. Welcome to the Monday night online open mic. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for having me. Good evening, everyone. I am, again, Beautiful Fire, and you can find me across all social media platforms at I Am Beautiful Fire. Anywhere you type that in, you will find me. And I look forward to continuing to flame on with you all. Also, check me out at www.wearegodsimage.com/Beautiful Fire. There you can find super more information, bios, and my help for other poets out there coming soon. The piece that I am going to share with you all today is called On Our Way. All of us are on our way somewhere beautifully eternal. So since we're on our way, play us a song from our radio, a song of victory with fiery beats of triumphant abilities. On our way, we'll play songs of love, light, and everything nice, with blazes for treble, with all refinement in sight. Sights just right, no plights on our way. Play us a song from our radio, a tune of repeated rigidity, a tune of refinery after repeated agility of field-laced trajectories towards gold victories. Play us a song from our radio of solidarity, where we're one with disc jockeys that don't mind playing repeats of those who lived victory after victory after victory. Play us a song from our radio. We're on the way. We'll let it play respectfully. Thank you, everybody.
Unmute yourselves and let's give some energy to Beautiful Fire.
Rock the mic.
One of us. One of us.
Yeah,
One
Beautiful
of
Fire.
us. One of us. Yeah, welcome home.
Great first week.
You see, Beautiful Fire? Roll invited you and you done messed up. You done messed up because the people said you're one of us, which means every Monday night you're going to have to come onto the Monday Night Online Open Mic. The community has claimed you as theirs, as one of us. So I don't care what you may be doing on your Mondays. You may be going out and fixing problems in the world. We don't care. We want your poetry here. I I Am Beautiful Fire on all social media platforms. Make sure that y'all go give her a follow, and you remind her that every Monday is every week. All right, Monday is every week. Y'all remind her so she comes back here. Welcome to the community, Beautiful Fire. Looking forward to having you here, and I like that, so I could flame on with y'all. Like, I caught that beautiful fire with a poet. All right, let's continue on. We are now going with another mainstay member of the community. Now, listen, folks, if you have the urge to roll a doobie and start a revolution, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that Joski C is about to rock out. Joski, who is always on our Thursday night online open mic, and every now and then he creeps over to Mondays, and we love having him here. It is a pleasure to see you, brother. Let the folks know who may not be familiar with you where they can find you online, and then we ready for whatever you got for us.
Okay, at Joski C. I've got two pieces. The first is a cautionary tale. Alcohol's pronouns. Alcohol's pronouns. He, him, she, her, they, them. You are not afraid of alcohol, but I am. I've stared into its jaundiced eye, cradled heavy yellow limbs. My fingers left divots in the doughy skin. Encephalopathic mumble and groan. You miss them, but you can't call home. Got no numbers, got no phone. I'm fucked, you're fucked. He, him is fucked. She, her is fucked. They, them is fucked. Okay, now I've said enough, except the pain lingers. You are not afraid of alcohol, but I am. And I also wanted to share a love poem. It's September. September is the month that Deneen and I first met, 31 years ago, and I've been in love ever since. This is called Water and Loam. Her hair, the color of, oh, pardon me. Let me start over. I messed up the pronoun, can you believe it? Water and loam. His hair, the color of waterfalls playing in the silvered light. Her skin, the color of loam, dark and rich and nurturing. High and rising, water lifts loam, sweeps her up, and she rides him. They dance on waves above the rant and rave of rushing river sea until so free they leap from a mountain and fall into a rainbow. Beyond the delta, wet and quivering mouth, he lays her down, she drinks him in. To come inside this fertile place, they are dancing. That's it.
Joski. Give it up for Joski C.
Wow.
We
That was a
31
trip.
years. Congratulations.
Yes.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Congratulations on 31 years. That is major. That is major. And also, I want to say I was a little upset with your first poem because you used the word, I've looked into its jaundiced eyes. And as a poet, I wish I could claim that as my line. God damn it, that was a freaking good line. Joski C, make sure that you give this brother a follow, a mainstay member in this community who has also rocked out with us at Hybrid. I forgot he has joined Hybrid. Joski, I hope you come back to New York City soon and we get to hang out, brother. Appreciate it. Joski C. All right, let's keep it going. Now, we also got some people in the room who are not on the open mic list but have come to give love, like Ron Bremner. We've gotten to hear Ron's poems a couple of times. Like, he puts it in the chat sometimes, but like we've gotten to hear his poetry a couple times. I thought I'd never hear the man. I was excited to hear him. From shout out to Ram Bremner, my man from Japan, Poetic. Our brother is here. Shout out to him because the people in Japan know about us because of this dude. He's constantly hitting up the FM radio stations talking about us. Shout out to Denisha. She's caught, man. She's caught week in and week out. She is here week in and week out. I hope all is well with you, Denisha. Someone named R.S. Berry is here or was here. I'm not sure if they still are. If you are, I hope you're enjoying yourself. I don't know who that is, but I hope you're enjoying yourself. We got a bunch of other people here. I'm going to mention them later on. But right now, I want to get to someone on the list. We are going to the true Low East Sider, the Nuyorican Poets Cafe OG, and that is Paul Skiff. Let me see if he's there. Trying to unmute you, Paul. Yep, I see him. You there, Paul? Trying to unmute. There it goes.
Hola.
Paul Skiff. Listen, folks, you need to go follow this man. You need to go check out his website. Week in and week out, I talk about how he has more claim to this open mic than I do because, like, he spent way more time with the founders than I did. So you make sure you want to know some history about the Nuyorican Poets Cafe and you want to get to know a really great poet, hit up Paul Skiff, and he loves to talk about this stuff. Well, you may not know Paul, right? What you may not know, but I know, is that every now and then people talk about how they've had conversations with you and how given you are with information and whatnot. And I even know, Ray Camacho told me you gave up like 3 or 4 hours a couple of months ago on Zoom to talk about all of this. So I just want the community to know about these things that may not be advertised that you do, brother. I 100% appreciate you. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then we ready for the skiffer.
Oh, thanks, Advocate. Yeah, I stayed online with Ray so long because he kept telling these great jokes. It wasn't I had so much to say. He was cracking me up. I'm just on Instagram at Skiffgram. There's also paulskiff.com as my native site. I do have a live in-person reading on Saturday at 6 p.m. at Unnamable Books in Brooklyn, 615 Vanderbilt Avenue. I'm just going to read about the first 3 minutes of this poem. That's too long, but it starts out, it was inspired by one of, those New York City fabled legendary train parties where used to be through an email tree. People would organize these subway parties and you'd get 300 people on the train rocking out till the end of the line or until the cops came, which is what happened with this one. Equilibrium tooted by stoned tuba player, lip jabbers within trombone, stumble black kaleidoscope teeters, downbeat flow honks, ignites 120 passengers to pogo dance in unison on top of our looted from midnight train whose car lamp stutter locked moments, jumpers frozen midair, law and order blow a fuse popped while rolling above the avenue where civilization is stomped under wild bounce from 8 tons of humanity, animal joy between floor and soul of each airborne foot, the same two-sprung inflated seconds, fat and engorged world busted open from cage of human negatives, fluctuating short circuit, laughter mob grabs same liberty as freedom ghost that robs rationality from empty shopping bag, hot updraft lazily glides off Sears Street to sail over 7-story roof where my naked back upon gritty tar paper, I loiter gift wrapped by late July's 8 o'clock at night sunshine. on extreme voyage of weightless liberty, indulged, volition proliferating, I open my trillion live cells to nature's boasting portion. My own body escapes with inertia, hunger, and vision like the floating bag, announcing clemency through loophole in cities dim, withering law of over-organization, the bag stuffed only with empty shadow, primordial mouth meditated by solitary appetite, witness of my eyes, shadow well ascends to thunderhead described for my stomach, nurturing organ that a week before fed my feet their downpour up into the science house of judgment and punishings where, folding gravity arguments into floating vessel, I glided the change prayer, American backwardness, towards the face of a congressman, but his calloused grave digger lips fossilized, embalmed in hypocrisy as family photo smile, enshrined as bourgeois living room mask, were frozen by the law-making pessimistic alibi singer's dry, tight heart. The elevator raising horse connection with world to Mr. Chili's vocal cords was stalled between remote sympathies, counting to numb infinity like a castigating whip there among a spittle of stalled promises, as if on a trash can lid, ancient feeble pigeon defecating prison terms and cut rate influence, citizen torpid abdicates from the house of human progress to choose tangled amnesties of final breath, immune cough promise, backwardness mocks curative vision, slurs prosperity into docket numbers, intoned by equality's bankruptcy. That's as much as I'll do. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everybody who keeps coming here week after week after week.
Wow.
Oh,
Paul Skiff!
To a place that is so far away. Incredible.
turn off the mic.
PaulSkiff.com. Make sure you check out his website. He's on Instagram as well. Skiff Graham. And again, if you want, Paul's poetry tends to be the type that, like, if I go back and I listen to the open mics that we do, he's definitely one of those, because I know I'm always missing something. I'm catching it on the second and third listen. Paul Skiff, make sure you go give this dude a follow on Instagram. Go check out his website. All right, let's keep it moving. Is Nomadic Press in the house? Wait, yep, I see her. Nazila is in the... Listen, if y'all don't know about Pandemic Press, y'all need to check them out. Every Monday, I want you here with me. Every Thursday, I want you to hang out with Ray J. And then every Friday, you go hang out with Nomadic Press. They're doing so many beautiful things over there. Nazila, what number open mic are y'all up to online?
This Friday is 125.
Oh my God! See, so y'all just gonna keep it going like we do, right? You're like yep. It's like a whole addendum to the community has been added. Awesome. But listen, I don't want it to get lost in the shuffle about the awesome things that Nomadic Press is doing, because Nas herself is a fantastic poet. She's also featured. I know she did a little number, I think, with a jazz band, because a while ago I had looked your stuff up on YouTube. I was like, what does this woman do outside of Zoom? And she is fantastic. Nas, whenever you come to New York City, because you on the left coast, right? You're in Northern Cali, right? Before you come to New York City, you let me know, all right? You holler at me, be like, yo, I'm invading New York. So I will let all the peoples know. With that being said, forget what I have to hear. Listen to this woman's poetry. Nas, let the people know they can find you online and then light it on fire. We ready.
So I posted the link. Thank you for having me, Advocate. I posted the link for the virtual open mic in the chat. I seen some of y'all there. We miss y'all. It was hot last week and you should come back. You can also find me at nazila.com and on Instagram at SuperNaz, your super friend. And if you're in the Bay Area, I am doing a set of stand-up comedy this Friday. So get at me. So I don't know where to find the themes when I'm not in your presence, advocate. So I don't know what the theme is this evening. So I don't know if this fits, and this doesn't have a title, but the soundtrack is Billie Eilish, Happier Without You. I thought your heart was a home, but it was just a cheap motel. Not the kind where they leave the light on for you. More like a trucker crash pad. A dingy room filled with old smoke and empty sex and promises scurrying into the shadows like roaches when the door is opened. Been couch surfing love all my life, sleeping on the pull-out sofa and the floor of it, never unpacking all my emotions because inevitably I would be leaving soon. Even my marriage was merely an extended stay rental, a sublet, if you will. I thought I couldn't be evicted because we signed an agreement, but he stopped paying emotional rent. We broke our lease. I found myself literally homeless to match the housing situation in my heart. Ironically, you are a contractor by trade, master painter and carpenter. I have personally seen you transform the well-lived in into the aesthetically pleasing new, witnessed you build a living room from scratch. I have recurrently watched you invite damsel after distressed damsel into your roomy chest. You air it out and change the sheets for them. I would be envious did I not know that as soon as they crossed the threshold, you changed the lock on the door because they overstayed their welcome on day one. But I digress. Even as I wander away from your dollar store wallpaper and styrofoam mattress, I remember I have a room inside my own chest. It is a palace, adorned with comfort and kindness, clean and climate controlled and permanent. Who knew? After all my futile attempts to find solace in your arms, shelter in your frigid shadow, warmth in your grease paint smile, all this time, I was always already home. Thank y'all.
Beautiful.
Give it up for Nas.
Always already home.
Gotta hear that again. That was beautiful, Nas.
Grease paint smile. Oh, gorgeous.
Nazila, make sure you give her a follow. Nazila, put your info in the chat so people know where to find you. And goddamn, you are going to do stand-up. Folks, let me tell y'all something, right? I have acted on stage. I've been in front of cameras. I have done a lot of things. I have been damn near naked on stage in theater, okay? I'm not going to go back to that. But listen. There's one thing I won't do. I will not do stand-up comedy. Nope. I may be funny when I host open mics online or offline, but it's a different animal when people pay to come and say, listen, you can't make me chuckle. You can't give me a little knee slapper. Like, I need to think about your joke for months. I paid to hear that. It's not easy. Go give Nas a follow. Check out their open mics on Friday. Check out the poets that they have published. One of our own, Noelia, is being published soon with them. One of our own, Nor Mathematics, has been published with them. And also, I think oh my God, I can't think of her name. Haley V. I don't know if Haley, I know Haley gets down with you. Has Haley been published with y'all? Yeah, or wait, let's unmute. Let's unmute. We love Haley, and my girlfriend loves Haley. She's leaving me for Haley. Go ahead, Nas.
I don't think she's gotten her announcement yet. That's all I can say.
We got insider trading information from Nomadic Press here at the Neary Compose Cafe. Haley, Haley, you better be watching Monday nights, because otherwise we know something you don't know. Woo! Thank you, Nas. One more time, let the people know where they can find you online.
I'll post the link again for the Nomadic Press virtual open mic, or nazila.com, or SuperNaz, your super friend, on IG.
Thank you, Nazila. Make sure you go give that woman a follow. And if you are in the Bay Area, y'all, make sure that you go to her stand-up and laugh at every joke, all right? Laugh at every joke. She is one of us. Thank you, Naz. I hope to see you soon. All right, so let us keep it going because now we've got Gustav Salas next. Shout out to Marsha Rivera. Brooklyn's own, keeping the she always keeping the brim down. You can't see her eyes. You never know what she's watching. Shout out to her. Shout out to Terry Rose Jurtson who's in here. Shout out to Nancy Helgeson who's in here. Terry Rose Jurtson, Nancy Helgeson, week in and week out they are here. We don't even know, Nancy. When are we gonna see you? When are you gonna get your camera fixed? When are you gonna share a poem of your own? We haven't seen you yet. All right. Also, shout out and forgive me if I say your name wrong. I think it's Vara Henderson. Is that, wait, that's what I wrote down. Wait, let me look up. Is it, did I say, wait. Is she still here? Ron, is she still here? Is no? Vara left before I can give her the shout out? Oh, man. So, all right, if she watches the replay, she'll see that she got the shout out. All right, but without further ado, let's get to Mr. Gustav Salas. And there are more people who are not on the open mic list that are here. I'm going to shout out, but I want to get back to the poetry. Gustav, I love this dude's energy coming to us from Florida. I think he's going to be up here this weekend for Mia Aguilera's party. So I'm excited to see Gustav. Gustav, let the folks know they can find you online, and the floor is yours, brother.
Okay, I'm Megas801 on Instagram. Let's get to it. This is called This Ain't No Party. This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around. Republicans would see all your whites drowned as you're hanging from their church steeple. Pay attention or wake up to a fascist nightmare, people. Without freedom of speech, poetry dies. Our community buried by their lies. White supremacist Christian nationalism is on the rise. If we don't stop it now, it's freedom's demise. So let's get out the vote this November, for it's the Constitution they seek to dismember. We have the power to vote them out, but they'll take that too without a doubt. Come with me and flood the polls, a blue wave to save our souls. I believe it's not too late. We are the masters of our fate. I promise you, my friends, there will be a party that never ends when we send fascism back to the grave and free all the living slaves. This one's called Syzygy. Behold our loving energy. When stars align, it's syzygy. New Yo poets, creative diversity. We spit in the face of adversity. Born on wings of eloquence, dropping truths of consequence. Letters forming words of magic, transforming trauma and the tragic. Distill from pain the raw emotion, pours on the page like an ocean. We keep writing so we don't drown with every adjective, adverb, verb, and noun. Thoughts coalesce that will astound. Watch these weirdos get profound. On Monday night, the place to be. New Yorican open mic, you see. Our voices coming down the wire. We set this fucking Zoom on fire. Thank you.
Yes.
Gustav Salas,
Yes, Gustav. Gustav. Brother.
Amazing. Run that back.
Gustav Salas, someone said run that back. You know what that means? That means y'all need to go back onto our YouTube or Facebook and rewatch what Gustav had to say, or go give him a follow. Gustav, put your info into the chat so people could copy and paste because we're lazy. All right, we're human beings, we're lazy. We spend so much time writing our poems and we spend so much time just trying to sign up for this open mic that I get it. No one's writing anything down. So put your info in the chat so people could go give you a follow. All right, before we get to our wild card, the withdrawn is next. We have had some people who've shown up late, so let's reintroduce ourselves. This is the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary New Yorican Poets Cafe. If you want to join us on Zoom, you can see the numbers there, 279-995-364. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. I need to update this sheet to include Twitter. Look up New Yorican Poets Cafe on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So if you want to rewatch Gustav's poem or anyone else's poem that you may have heard earlier in the night or were about to hear, you can find all of that there. Of course, you can give me a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and I'm also on YouTube. Look up Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that's with a Z. And on Instagram, that's where I tend to put all of the upcoming events that we're going to have. So Nas, I found out you have an Instagram. You better follow me now. So that's where you can find out that information. Or, of course, you can rewatch the show. And in the opening, I talk about what the next upcoming events are. But yeah, give me a follow. It's good for my ego. And I like to point out to Mariella that I have more followers and more likes. She so pisses her off. Next, I also want to let you know, sign-up sheets are closed for today. We have a full list. Sign-up begins 24 hours before the show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, visit nuyorican.org and click Full Events Calendar. When you do that, you click on the date that you were signing up for. So next week, it's the 12th. Then you would order an artist RSVP ticket, which will place you on the open mic list. The option for the artist RSVP ticket doesn't open until Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 24 hours before the show. Only way to get onto the open mic list. The hybrid open mic, aka Mia Aguilera's birthday party. Woo! This Saturday the 10th, doors open at 6:30 p.m. The hybrid open mic, where we have open micers who are going to be inside the brick and mortar of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe rocking out, and we're going to be having open micers join us via Zoom. That is why it's called the hybrid open mic. We do poetry, you can do comedy, you can do music, whatever it is. There, you've got 4 minutes to rock out. A little bit later in the night, we're going to have Mr. Ron Mark Thompson field a sign-up list for people who are interested in performing only via Zoom. The sign-up list to perform in the cafe, you'd have to come here to the cafe. The sign-up list is when you come in through the door. But if you're joining us via Zoom, later on I'm going to tell you when to hit up Ron Mark Thompson, and the only time to hit him up, and the only place to hit him up would be in the Zoom call. We're going to get into that a little bit later on. I'm excited about it because we have people looking at our open mics. I don't want to say who, but just people who may be interested in talent are starting to pay more attention to our open mic. So if you're interested in something like that, I definitely suggest that you get your butt on down here and rock out. And if you're not and you just want to share your poetry, then so be it. I always talk about the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, that like we do pride ourselves on the accomplished artists that come out of here or that come over here, but our bread and butter is the raw, unrefined artist that is looking to sculpt something. Someone that walks in with a 3-ton slab of marble, and it's like, I'm here to sculpt something beautiful. I heard this is the space to do it, and it very much is. So, the hybrid open mic, Saturday, September 10th, doors open at 6:30 p.m. I'd also like to shout out the Women Orators Wednesday. That is at 8 p.m. here at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Oh no, it's not at 8 p.m. I'm sorry, it's at 9 p.m. I gotta change that. 9 p.m. My girlfriend Mariella Salazar, the First Lady of Mondays, is going to be the DJ. And if she's the DJ, she won't play the music that loud like they are in the cafe right now. Our host is Destiny. Our bartender is Daniela. The ladies are running the show. It's great. Now, most of the open mic, damn near all the open mic is women, and they can say whatever they want. We reserve a few slots for the dudes to come by and perform. Fellas, if you're going to perform at this event, the Women Orators Wednesdays, it has to be poems that are in favor of women, all right? So if you want to talk about how she broke your heart, valid poem. We just won't want it on the first Wednesday. You want to talk about how she's doing some things that's making you feel some things that you have never felt as an adult in the bedroom, totally valid poem. We just don't want to hear it on the first Wednesday of the month. Definitely come check it out. I love when Destiny hosts this event because she is savage with the dudes. With that being said, let us get back to the poetry, and we go into the wild card, to the man up in Buffalo, the Withdrawn. Now the beard is coming in, it's looking beautiful. Brother, are we going to see you this weekend for Mia's birthday party?
Unfortunately not, but I am trying to sign up for the online hybrid because I don't want to miss it either way. I love y'all, man.
Love you too, man. I hope all is well with you. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
Thank you. I can follow me at thewithdrawn.com. All the way at the bottom, you'll see the links to all my socials. And I got this piece called I've always liked being called Boppy over Daddy, but you can make them both sound nasty. I'm trying to play Mario Kart, doing donuts in a Rari. Show me what's up with the wop wop on the road. Right in the middle of giving you that Cardi. We adults. So afterwards, get it while watching new iCarly. And I'll say I want to do some horny me at 15 shit. Like, let me bust a nut on your arteries. When she screams, I want you to take charge of me. Her eyes too scream, saying, I want you to take charge in me. I don't know if this is invitation to. Credit B.I.G. bust in her EYE. Or if it's the body talking. Burrowing past periphery speech. It becomes evident that this invitation was just meant for me. And have also graduated to learn that this was always going to end up being my party. Thank you.
Unmute yourself. Give it up for the withdrawal.
It's your party, man.
The withdrawn, totally valid poem wouldn't be accepted at Women Orators Wednesdays, but totally valid poem and definitely accepted on Mondays. Make sure you go give him a follow at The Withdrawn, or you check out his website, thewithdrawn.com. Also want to give a shout out to some people who are not on the open mic list, but are checking this out and who just got to experience The Withdrawn's poem, like Tara. Shout out to Tara, even though they came to the New Rican block party apparently and didn't say hello to me. I will never forget that, Tara, but I still wish you well. Okay, also, and Tara, they are here week in, week out. We love you, Tara. I hope to see you soon. Shout out as well to DG Clearing, who didn't get to perform today, had to give up his slot, but he's been listening in apparently. I hope all is well with you, brother. Shout out to Whitney Salgado. Whitney is here often. Whitney is not only a fantastic visual artist, but she is a good poet. But we only know that we've only heard Whitney once. You believe it? She spends a lot of time with us, but she rarely shares, like only once. Whitney, I hope you sign up again soon. We haven't heard your voice in a while, but it's always a pleasure having you here. We also have Tabitha in the building. Bronx all day. What's going on, sis? Have someone by the name of Samuel Day. I don't know who Samuel is, but they've been here for like the past 45 minutes, so I think they're enjoying themselves. Sam, I hope you're enjoying yourself, brother. And Taisha Lopez. I don't know who Taisha is. I like your avatar. Looking good, sis. And I hope you're enjoying yourself. With that being said, let us go over to our brother who had to get up early to hang out with us in India, Umesh Mohitkar. Wait, where is he? Oh, there he is. There he is. Umesh, a pleasure to see you, brother. Quickly let the people know where they can follow you online, and then let's get into your poetry, man. And listen, folks, Umesh hosts his own open mic on Saturdays. Find out where he's about to tell you where you can follow him. Get that info and check it out.
Hey, thanks, Advocate. Hello, everyone. I'm Unmesh Mohitkar on IG and Facebook. I've got an open mic every Saturday. 9 p.m. India time, that is 11:30 a.m. New York time, and here we go. Between the mountains, near a lake, no roads, no internet, no restaurants. It was evening, the village was dark. Electricity has not reached this part of the country. We just reached staying in tents. The village was far away from the so-called civilization. They call themselves civilized just to identify people not of their color or community as uncivilized. I hear I hear the drums. I thought I was dreaming. I hear Bollywood songs played on the loudspeaker. No electricity electricity, but batteries store energy. Not sure from where, but I can see few solar panels installed by the government. Definitely good PR for the government. I come out of the tent. I am scared. I have not seen ghosts, but I don't want to challenge them by standing in the middle of nowhere in the dark of night. The ghost might be tempted. I start walking towards the sound. I see a lot of people there. Oh, I am not alone. A sigh of relief. I reach there. I see people singing, dancing. It was not a marriage party. It was a party before the marriage day. The girl was leaving her village. The next day, she will get married, change her name. Her identity will change. Her life will never be the same again. Her brothers, father, uncles were all busy running around. She is inside. I did see her. Someone asked me to come in and sit. I say no. I say no. They insist. It's easy for a villager to invite strangers to their homes and life. Sometimes the stranger takes their home with them. I am offered food. Unsure. I go ahead. The food is good. They are uncertain about me, not sure if I would be interested in their life. The boys are dancing outside the house. The to-be bride is inside the house. There is a man in his 50s dancing like a teenager, most probably drunk with life and joy, I will say. I see people around him encouraging him. Few are making fun of him. Nothing matters to him. At this moment of time, he just wants to enjoy this time, the time which is slipping from his grip. I look at my palm and see seconds leaving me in a hurry. The party never waits for anyone. The party never waits for anyone. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Mesh. Oh,
Unmesh life.
oh,
Yeah.
I was right there, man. Right there.
I love the ending. I always enjoy Umesh's endings in his poems. I always enjoy it. Umesh Mohikar, go give him a follow on Instagram. Saturday morning he hosts his open mic. I think he's like up to number 70 something, right, Umesh? Around there. No, about someone. He's been doing it for dozens of weeks, week in and week out. Make sure you go give this dude a follow. And then of course he's got his own book published, and apparently he was also performing on the metro, I think, right? I saw him on the train. I think I saw that on his Facebook or something like that, right? I don't know, someone should tell him that, like, trains are used for traveling, not poetry. But I'm not mad at it. I don't know about y'all, but there are times I've been that person who has performed on my poetry on the train when it's moving, but it wasn't set up like that. People are just like, oh, it's a long day, I need to be home. And then I start doing my poetry. Sometimes people get real happy. Sometimes they get pissed. One time a guy offered me $1. I'm not sure if he offered me $1 because he liked my poem or he just wanted me to shut up. Nonetheless, let's keep it moving. Christy Scribbles is next. Oh, wait. I just lost Christy. I saw Christy. There's Christy. The Poetry Alchemist. It is good to see you, Christy. How are you doing? Now, it is, you haven't performed a poem on here in a while, right? On Mondays, right?
Yeah, I've been sneaking in to watch, but I haven't performed in a while.
Okay, I know, because when I was going over the list, I was like, oh yeah, Christy's here, but then I had to catch myself, like, wait, like, I know that you come to our online open mic, so I've seen you on Thursdays too, or I've seen you jump in on Mondays, but I haven't heard a poem from you on a Monday, so I'm excited about that. Nonetheless, for anyone who's not familiar with you, please let everyone know where they can find you online, and then let's get into your fire, sis.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I will be at the Poetry Festival in New York City this weekend, representing the Fierce 15 with Red or Green Books. I have my book, Sacred Elements of Me, if anybody wants to pick it up. Yeah, so I saw the party theme and I wrote this today, so here we go. Age 12, Another gathering, another grooming, another party of youth group consuming. Consumption of religious stew, so dark and thick, the kind that coats the tongue and is so hard to swallow. Attending another assembly at a church member's house, get 'em young, get 'em gathered, get 'em together, tethered. I must fit in, I must be liked, will they like me? The strange hierarchy inside those chapel doors. Those heavy kind of doors that takes your whole weight to open. Be like those ones who live right, who do right, go to church every night, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday evening, every evening, into believing and needing approval from them, from myself, from God. My God, oh God, why so deep inside of me? My beliefs, they hide of me. Don't be different. Don't be you. Don't show that. Don't touch that. Hell will come if you do. You aren't good. You are bad. You need the church. You need the way. We will show you the way. We will teach you to pay with your spirit, with your art, with your unique voice, your voice, their voice, no voice. Pay the plate, young girl. Pay the plate. We will eat your soul if you don't pay the right toll. If you don't believe what we believe, you will not be saved eternally. Eternal. Entirely, forever, forever, forever. And the memory skips. As I shake the memory away from my insides, I think how very strange to see her there at the party, in that place with those people, and that conditioning and that programming, deprogramming. I now deprogram myself every day in every way by living with divine source and showing love to others and forgiving myself and them and being angry and violently shaking the tears right out of me. Like now, as I write this, I feel them coming. I feel them down there, the roots of indoctrination, and the tears come. And I can't stop them. I won't stop them because I am God, and God is me, and I am made up of divinity. I am source and love itself. And we don't end up in a place of hell. Hell is here inside our thoughts, inside our fears, and the guilt, it rots. So find those old beliefs and pull them out and set them free. Find the ties that bind you down. Feel the earth beneath the ground. Ground yourself by being true. Find the God inside of you. God is you. God is you. God is you. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
For Christy
Oh.
Scribbles.
Oh, cut
God
through
is
it.
you.
Cut
That
through it,
was
Christy.
intense.
Oh,
That was beautiful.
yes.
Christy Scribbles, give her a follow at the _poetry_alchemist. Whew, that was fire. Thank you, Christy. She will be able to see her this weekend. Make sure that you guys check out the Poetry Festival going on at Governor's Island. And if you can't make it there, what you can do is you could go hit up Christy right now, find out how to get her book. All right, let's keep it moving because we got a full list, man. We are going overtime tonight, and I am not mad about it because I've been hearing some good poetry, and the last few people on the list I'm seeing are really awesome, including this person, Nico Diaz. I did not say Nico, baby. Don't get excited. You could go, baby. It's no one important. What's going on, you, sir?
Ever.
No, leave, baby. Don't turn on Zoom. It doesn't. No, it's a different Nico Diaz. What up, brother? It's good to see you, man. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
Cool. Yes, what's goody, everybody? Happy Monday. Really been feeling like I need a community, so I'm happy to be in this space today. You can follow me at nicodiaz.nyc on Instagram. I put my link tree in the chat. Got a lot of exciting stuff happening in September. First of all, Wednesday, I will be in New York to perform via video for Beatniks, hosted by La Bruja, with a lot of amazing people. So I'm excited about that. And then after, I'm gonna stick around for the Women Orators open mic. It's gonna be good. So I'm looking forward to that. And without further ado, I'm gonna read a poem I actually wrote just yesterday, new shit. And it was at Paul Conqueso's writing workshop that he did with Art Defined Cycles. It was a workshop on grief. And so obviously you guys, we all know Paul. He's our hostess with the mostest for karaoke night. So lots of exciting stuff. So this piece is a sonnet aubade, and its title is The First Time You Forget, Even for a Moment. When daylight pulls our hands from grief, delivered we are some sweet relief. A momentary treat, how fleeting, how brief. A comma in our pain, a break, a pause. How we wish home was here in disbelief. Bunking with fancies, the tooth fairy, Santa Claus. Can we infinitely stretch this fine forgetting? Perhaps an offering, let rip the bloodletting. Perhaps a confession, pious obsession, sipping red wine and holy spirits like depression. Morning each morning, now you are not here or there, anywhere. Unburdened we feel how queer. We pray you never return, but we pray in vain, knowing just like daylight, you will rise again. Right? Thank you guys. Again, you can follow me at nicodiaz.nyc, and got a lot of exciting stuff happening. So please follow me. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Nico, y'all.
Yeah, Nico.
Wow, beautiful storytelling.
That was a great workshop too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
Mr. Nico Diaz, make sure you give him a follow, nicodiaz.nyc. I'm excited to see you on Wednesday, brother. Listen, for those who want to know, on Wednesday, he was talking about the Beatnik series, the first Wednesday of every month at 8 p.m. We stream it live on Facebook and YouTube, or you could join us on Zoom. Ovius is going to be in it. Nico is going to be in it. Shoot, who else was in? I'm going to look it up and let y'all know about it, but it's going to be a fire Beatniks, and I guess Nico is going to be inside the cafe streaming from there, so I will get to see him. Oh, you're busy, right, Mariella? You're too busy. You can't make it yet. Mariella won't be there, right? No, he's coming on Thursday. I'm sorry. Nico's coming on Thursday to the cafe, okay, on Thursday. So go give Nico Diaz a follow. All right, I would now like to unmute our producer, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson, who he himself has some things going on at the cafe this week. Brother, please let the people know what you got going on, man. And for those who don't know, Ron Mark Thompson does a lot of work within the community, not only online as producer, but he's producer of Hybrid. I think he's producer or co-producer of karaoke. He does some events here that are not public with the cafe. So make sure, and he does the Wednesday night poetry slam. All right. He does a lot of things for us. So he's got his hands in a lot of cookie jars as well, including his own organization. Ron, I'm going to stop talking about you. You talk about you. Let the people know what you got going on, brother.
Really appreciate. Happy to be here on Mondays. And yes, this week will actually be a busy week. Advocate already mentioned it a few times. We will be doing the hybrid open mic and the karaoke. And it's so funny. It seems like, didn't we just have it like a few weeks ago? Like time just flies. August went by so quickly. But yes, I will be there in the tech booth. I actually will be leaving the Poetry Festival a little early to make it to the cafe on time. But you can find me online at Ron Mark Thompson on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. My organization, Bronx Art and Fun, at BXAFH. I put that in the chat. And I'm going to share two quick slides with you, because Bronx Art and Fun Hub will be at the Poetry Festival. You have heard several of our poets mentioning that they will be at the Poetry Festival this weekend, September 10th and 11th on Governor's Island. Admission to the festival is free. You will have to pay for the ferry before 12 o'clock. It's free. After 12, I think it's just $3. And they have food vendors, you know, and you know, drinks on the island as well. And books, obviously. You will be seeing performers, you know, on stages. Bronx Art and Fun Up will be performing on Saturday afternoon. We have a great lineup with Nick P, Tabitha, Tiffany, and a few other poets that you know or don't know. So please come on out. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Nico because he will be volunteering at the Bronx Art and Fun Up table on Sunday. So if you don't have a chance to see Nico in person at Beatniks or Wow this Wednesday, go to the Poetry Festival on Governor's Island and say hi to him. So thank you so much, Nico, for helping out. This is just a screenshot. You go to the website NewYorkCityPoetryFestival.com to get information. It is not an online festival. It is in person on Governor's Island. So, you know, you have to be there in person. And Advocate has mentioned it also a few times. I really appreciate it. This Friday, if you like talking about the party theme, if it's not enough for you to party with us on Saturday at the Poetry Festival or at Hybrid or Karaoke in the New Rican Poets Cafe, come on Friday to the New Rican Poets Cafe. Marissa Prada and I will be co-hosting an in-person open mic 7 to 9 p.m. called Poetry in the City, but you can also bring your comedy or songs, you know, if you want to. You can sign up online or at the door. Tickets $10. Sign-up sheet will be in the cafe. Come on, stop by, read your poetry, you know, like rock with us, meet your fellow poets, and just have a good time. And, you know, if you can make it Friday, try to come Saturday at least to the hybrid. So, you know, I put the QR code in here. I also put in the chat the link if you want to buy tickets. Please come on out. Really appreciate you guys. All right, enough from me. Let's go on to our next performer, which, you know, also I know you guys can think, but yes, Camlin also will be at the Poetry Festival, and I think she will also try to make it to hybrid and karaoke, or to one, you know, or maybe if you can make it Friday as well. And I know, Camlin, you also have your own event on the Lower East Side on Sunday as well. So briefly tell us about it within 30 seconds, and then go ahead, your 3 minutes of party time.
Be with you and be able to hug and interview Mark Thompson again. Yay! Take two. All right. Yes. So Jane's Spoken Word is featured, and I'll Be on Bass will be doing a full set with Clive Osman coming from the UK, talking about one of the most brilliant satirists that you can have. We're going to have a party to celebrate these two amazing artists, but we're also going to open up time for response poetry so that we can do a call and response and collaboration. Tickets are, I'll put that in the chat, but I would love to see you. Let me know if it's a hardship. I will work something out, because I've had some people who have volunteered to support us as well. So thank you. All right. So Ron, I'm ready. Okay. So the theme tonight is party. And I've been thinking a lot about immigration. Globally, in several parts of the world, it's also Teachers' Day, and also today, of course, is Labor Day. So when I think about America and my immigrant journey, I think about Lady Liberty a lot. And at her base, she says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore." She's inviting us to a party. Ora et labora. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain. If you want grain, then you must work the soil. If you want to eat, then you will have to toil. Faith without works is dead. When the man cracks the whip, work, work, work. It's God's will that you slog and slave under my whip, and do it with a smile. After all, God loves a cheerful giver. I am blessed, yes. When you become wealthy, you will feel divinity's kiss. Keep working for me. Try to climb my corporate ladder. Shh, there are strategic rungs missing. America, America, God shed his grace on thee. In America, anyone can live the dream, get a job, to get a house, buy into the lie the kindergarten teacher sold us. You can be anything you want to be when you grow up, when she lives this truth. A teacher's salary is not enough to pay the bills, and school supplies she donates at the beginning of the year. She stocks snacks and juice in the classroom when your stomach rumbles. She knows you can't solve for X when your gut grumbles. She doesn't share her story. They say a man's home is his castle. What's the use of a fucking castle when you're never home? After work, she drives for Uber and Grab and DoorDash as an independent contractor. She's free to receive no benefits like health insurance, like in retirement. Every year, early and earlier, she's asked to sign her name to a contract. Sign, 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 while her heart is tethered to children who count on, look up to her, while the powers that be say, in their terms, teachers are glorified babysitters who are lazy and should be replaced by computer software. They're dispensable, disposable. Yes, she'll get a good pension if she survives long enough to pull it. And crown thy good with brotherhood. Oh, laborers, let us give thanks to employers for giving us work. For this is the will of God. The poor and the powerless must bow to the blessed. If you don't like it, then climb to the top and pray hard, hard, hard that you can join to the party. After all, prayer and work go hand in hand. From sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Camlin. Everyone, please unmute yourself. Hold on, let me get the button here. And here we go. Everyone, please give applause.
Hey, Camlin! Truth! Oh, that was wonderful.
That was great. Camlin, what a wonderful singing voice. And she mentioned, I didn't know it was Teacher's Day. Camlin, when she doesn't write and perform poetry and songs, she actually is a teacher in the city that she lives in. So thank you so much, Camlin, for this performance. And we'll see you this weekend in New York City. Really looking forward to that. For those who just come in, I am Ron Mark Thompson. I am your producer here for the day, and I will be introducing the next performer before I hand the microphone over back to Advocate. And I do want to just give a big shout out to both La Brewer and Advocate for supporting Marissa Prada and myself for so that we can co-host this Friday's event at the New Regan Poets Cafe. So I really appreciate, the cafe helping us out with this. Really good. All right, but coming up next is Elemental, who is also a great supporter of the cafe. Always, I don't even know if there was ever a time when you didn't come here on Mondays and you mostly perform, but if you don't perform, you always give great support and comments for everyone. And you actually guest hosted a few months ago when Advocate, the few times when Advocate can make it, you know he's always here, but there are a few times during the year when he can make it. So Elemental, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Let everyone know where we can find you, and then go ahead with your 3 minutes.
Absolutely. Truly appreciate you. To every poet who came before me and after, I truly appreciate your energy. Y'all really make this thing go around, man. I truly appreciate y'all. Elemental.com is where you can find me. Shout out to Advocate of Wordz, First Lady, and RMT for all they do to keep this thing cooking, man, for real. This is brand new, man. Shout out to something I've been listening to lately. This is Paint the Town. When the takeoff sets in and ascension begins to loosen its grip on all things common sense, thanks to sips of nightlife mixed in sweet combinations to sex on the beach, every fuzzy navel nuzzled up to bartenders looking for a shot of turnip juice. You know what time it is. Offset rap race with moonlit madness, hair down, feet up, fuck them kids posture, pinned into roster of shenanigans on deck for the next 9 innings. Who's on first. Get delirious in Harlem nights where sugar makes quick work of bitters, turn sweet and sour out of Quavo shots with a Khaled chaser, another one. We'll take you over the top, switch to Jello shots off Coyote Uglies, bumping subwoofers, pounding the heartbeat of this city directly into bloodstreams off stressed out beings, fiending for reasons to let loose. Shackles of schedules and email arm bars that make submission sound like 9 to 5. Thank you for calling nowhere. This is going above and beyond to make you smaller than peon comprehension of minuscule assignments. But tonight, under these stars, with these lights, camera action happening from dance floor to front door, window to wall, to the sweat, to the sweat, to the sweat, drop from walls after hot boxing favors for players, turning in cards for garage door openers. Toast to the good life with top shelf spirits so the stratosphere can hear it. Sing your karaoke dream into existence. It's a party, another one where tracks become elixir, perfect mixture to shake and stir things up on bland sunsets where skies yearn for fireworks or carnival circus to dance revolution, the blues out your ridicule, deaf ears to anything not connected to this groove you can easily get lost in, with DJs screaming we the best in 2 sets with 4 decks, this 5th dimension engineering, keep going. Showing the inner night owl, you still got stripes in this game. May not remember your name, but they're gonna learn today how you slay every runway, from crosswalk to catwalk, and keep your balance when cracks in sidewalks birth roses or broken heels. Bounce back to life like soul to soul, open folded into EDM with a rave of liquid magicians, and concrete jungles turn children of the drum, set up shop in shadows or top of roofs. Another one, turn Fat Tuesday Mardi Gras, where French quarters buy much more than oysters and boisterous antics of folks gone wild. Pour it up, make it a double to leave the troubles of the world just behind thresholds of better judgment. Let's get down 30 for the worried, the hurried, and thirsty. Roasting in deserts of endless numbers, living life by proxy, and call that living? Hardly. Turn any day into a perfect reason to party like a rock star. Shit, hard as you work, you deserve to play just as hard. Peace, y'all.
Yeah.
Mute yourselves and give it up for Elemental.
Appreciate y'all.
Fire. Time Elemental comes to share his poetry. It's also a party when you come to share your poetry and when we unmute people because he be obnoxiously loud giving love. Elemental, go check out his website, elemental.com. When you spell elemental, you take the T out, you put the number 2 in, elemental.com. Our brother from the left coast. I hope all is well with you. Also, a shout out to Kemlin. Even though I know Ron was introducing these last 2 people, I always put my ear in to make sure I'm hearing the poetry was going on. So shout out to you too, Kemlin. I heard you. And I'd like to unmute everyone so we can give it up for Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. Unmute yourselves and give this dude some love, y'all.
Hey, Ron. Woo. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, brother.
I love Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. In a few, we're going to make him the most popular person in the room because in a few, I'm going to let you know when to hit him up about signing up for hybrid if you want to join us via Zoom. But don't hit him up now. If you hit him up now, it doesn't count. I will let you know when. All right, let's keep it going. We still got a lot of fire on this list, including Propaganda Poet. Let me unmute him. Brother, I got your email. I'm sorry I haven't responded to you. I'm busy, but I'm going to hit you up. The 20th is good for me, but forget about that. We're going to talk about you. We encourage this man's behavior. Let the folks know where they can find you online, not where they can find you in San Diego right now, but only where they can find you online, brother, and then let's get into your fire.
I mean, y'all can find me in San Diego if you want. It's not like you're not invited. I'm just saying. So... But I have all my stuff right there. Oh, no, that's not it. I'll find it later. But I got a poem for you. I got a new book, actually. Just came out this week. Word Tornadoes. Noelia Cernia is inspired the name. So I shout out to Noelia. And I'm going to read you, since it's Labor Day, I'm going to read you some Labor Day poems. So here are some micros. I haven't done any micros here in a while, so here's some micros. Capitalism. This OG pyramid scheme got us all making memes instead of inciting revolution. Welcome to reverse evolution. Eat the rich, kill the poor. Like a hunter hiding poison in a piece of meat so the prey will foolishly eat it, America delivers predatory capitalism dressed in democracy. Praying for privilege. System created, one population favored, living in loopholes. There's a labor shortage, y'all. 9 lives lost to the cost of living. 8 days of work week, never done. 7 times survival scream. 6 souls cannot be saved. 5 more left alive. 4 bodies found. 3 ran down. 2 left. 1. And then I got a poem to dedicate to all of y'all, because it's Labor Day and y'all do work. Y'all do great work. Advocate, thank you for everything you do. Nuyo, thank you for everything you do. And all of y'all who are here to support each other, thanks for the work you do. Ripples, dedicated to all of my sinner poets and proud weirdos. Let they who are within sin cast the first stone, because we are not alone. This stone is skipping across the universe, sending ripples like gravitational waves that pave the ways to creative forces to flow. Far better than just rolling the bones, these stone-thrown ripples always beat the house. Never to be taken for granted, these granite salutations create the foundations that can bring down this Goliath nation of ego fuck towers built on funeral wreath flowers, reminding us that we all have the power if we just choose to live it. So don't tell us not to throw our stones just because you need to atone for all of your sins against our humanity. That is the true profanity, trying to pull us all apart instead of bringing us all together. So let us flock like birds, so we can spread this word. We must not let them cull our herd with false prophecy and forced autocracy. They will not block our way. We will have our say. It's time for us to have ourselves a real judgment day. So yes, throw those stones. Let your ripples grow. Tsunami tidal waves that usher in new days of community, culture, poetry, and song. That is what they have feared all along. Thank you for encouraging my behavior, and thank you for being here for each other.
Propaganda poet, give it up for him.
Oh,
Amazing.
come on. Let those ripples spread.
Protest always undying.
Propaganda poet, brother, put your info in the chat so that people can copy and paste and give you a follow. Propaganda poet is one of those poets who is out of town, but he has come in. I've gotten to meet him. Who he is on Zoom is who he is in person. All of that energy and all of that beard is real, y'all. Propaganda poet, go give him a follow. All right, let's keep it moving. Vex Lex is up next. Hopefully we're going to see Vex Lex for Mia's birthday this weekend here at the New Rican Poets Cafe. Yes, I'm getting the head nod. Yes, we are. Yeah, Vex Lex, a mainstay member here of this community. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
Thank you as always. And yes, me and the missus are going to be at Hybrid this weekend, so excited for that. Find me on Instagram at VexLex Poetry, and here is Party. Attention, there is a party in my mind and all inconveniences are invited. Sanity has left for an undisclosed amount of time and you are all free to run amok. Anxiety is already the first one here, waiting for a few more guests to arrive before they dip into the snacks. Depression's invite is stuck somewhere in between a week's worth of discarded clothing. Happy was given the wrong directions. Depression and anxiety stand alone in opposite corners, hoping no one talks to them. But depression wonders if they should have even been invited in the first place, and anxiety just wants to be heard. They notice one another and are seen drinking from each other's cups. Depression is under the impression that anxiety believes they don't belong there or anywhere for that matter, and decides to shrink itself, while anxiety is convinced they have scared them away and decides to render itself invisible. Some time passes and the party guests have trashed the hostess home, and some have made themselves comfortable for an extended stay. That is until sanity bursts through the door, urging the guests to leave. Little by little, they make their exit. Logic and reason start the cleanup process. There's not much of a mess this time, they both say. Happy arrives and sanity embraces them as a long lost friend. It feels good to see you again. Thank you.
Yes.
Right on.
That
Do
is
it,
such an
hybrid.
intricate poem.
Let's go, Lex.
That is such an intricate poem. Wow.
VexLex, you can give her a follow at VexLex Poetry on Instagram, or you could just meet her in person this Saturday at Hybrid, aka Mia Aguilera's birthday. Thank you, Vex, a mainstay member of the community. Happy to see your lady this weekend as well. She was awesome. For those who don't know, every day is VexLex's birthday with us now because Vex's girlfriend, that's a tongue twister right there. I'm gonna have to work on. I have a lisp. All right, VexLex's girlfriend hit me up. It's like, it's her birthday. We want to sing to her. We set this whole thing up, so now it's gonna always be VexLex's birthday. Happy belated birthday, Vex! Mainstay member of this community. All right, next coming up is Lantern Carrier, who is normally up really late to hang out with us, but he is currently stateside. Our brother from the UK is here stateside, hoping to see him this weekend. I did get to meet him in person because he came to one of our on-site open mics here on Monday. Lantern Carrier, a pleasure to see you, brother. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then we ready for your fire.
Thank you so much. I've just put it in the chat, so I'll just read the poem. Happiness lost, joy regained. I broke out from every cage that bounded me, removed the thorns piercing my emotions, embedded in the threads of ancient scars. Blinded by ignorance, I dwelt in the darkness, engrossed in pity and past remorse. I was constantly yearning for others to love me, invested years in promises false. I ignored the size of self-esteem losses, suffered the pangs of mundane concerns. Surfing on currents of egoistic tendencies, I was dead to the charm of the children's laughter. Caught in the chains of greed and desire, I bled in a web of anxiety and pain. Trapped in the veil of darkness night, I knew naught of the sunbeam's magnificent light. Like a match I stroked for a candle of flames still dormant in my spirit. Disguised in the taste of sugarcane juice, you unfold like a sunflower, sharing your glow. My demons of eons vanished within, replaced by an awe of lustrous flames. Now I've escaped my mental imprisonment. The joy of the heart is unbounded, full. Funny the way I once danced with shadows, lost in the grip of avarice and fame, bewitched by the darts of loneliness and fear. I walk encumbered by misery and ails. Yet you came in the depths of my agony and strife, not as a thief in my darkest chasm, but a beacon of hope in my hour of need. The phoenix of light came and took me away. I soared on the clouds of perennial freedom. I smiled the smiles of a heavenly blue. Now when I look at my mirror, I know it rings true. Love enveloped my heart as light does the darkness. I dance in the sunrise of golden dawns. I lost my happiness in a labyrinth of confusion, regained my joy in the shafts of your light. Now I sail on the horizon's edge of your beauty, bathe in the rainbow's hue of thy light. Goodness and love are my moons and stars bright. I bask in the joys of celestial delight. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give some love for Mr. Lantern Carrier.
Shine your light, brother.
I missed that. I missed that. I missed that.
Oh, yes.
I missed that.
Lantern Carrier, I love this dude. I love this dude's energy that he brings too. Like very like calm and zen, you know. I love it. Lantern Carrier, make sure you give him a follow. He put his information into the chat, so make sure that you go give him a follow. Oh, MJ Blackwell is here. I didn't know MJ joined us. What's going on? MJ Blackwell's an awesome poet who's also always giving love to people. I appreciate you. I hope all is well with you, and I'm glad to see you're joining us from it looks like the confines of your home and not the train, because sometimes she be on the train. She's like, look, I know I'm on the train, I'm moving, but I gotta listen to these poets like Lantern Carrier who are off the hook. Thank you, MJ. I hope it is well with you. Again, shout out to Mr. Lantern Carrier. So, folks, here's what you need you to do. If you want to be part of Hybrid and you want to be part of the Zoom, I need you to type your name and your email and send it to Ron Mark Thompson. Send it to him right now. Your name and email, and that's all you need to send to him. Ron will send me all the information, and I will get in contact with everyone. Let me see if there's anyone else who has joined the chat since, no, I don't see it. Hey, Ray Jane, are you there? Well, I want to give people an opportunity to sign up who are wanted to do it. Is Ray Jane there? Oh, no, look at that. Ray Jane is there. I'll work out. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Ray Jane. You work out. Ray Jane is the host of our Thursday nights. While y'all are finishing up sending the info to Ron, I want Ray to talk to us about Thursday nights, because, Ray, I think we've had a really good night tonight, and I think the people will be back here next Monday, but I don't think they want to wait till Monday. I think you're going to have to get them on Thursday. Mondays is the circus. Thursday is therapy. Ray, talk to them.
Hey, greetings. I'm Ray Jane, as he said, RAYJANE, also known as Thunder Lung, also known as the Thursday Night Online Open Mic host. So if you can't wait until next Monday and you do feel like you need some extra love, come through Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Our sign up is similar to yours, 24 hours ahead of time at theneweurekan.org. Hit that full events calendar. And then Thursday night, you're going to do that on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, because that's 24 hours ahead of time. Okay, and if you forget, don't freak out. We have the good luck round. So come through anyhow, and you can probably still get on. And we're going to give you love either way. We hope to see you there. Always great to be in the space. Y'all are amazing. Shout out to all the poets and creatives who have gone before me. You are blowing my mind. I'm just back here picking up the pieces. Okay? Peace to you. Thank you, Advocate, for a moment to share.
Make sure that you go give Ray Jane a follow. I put it into the chat at It's Ray Jane. And on Thursday nights, they don't just do poetry. They do music, they do comedy, whatever spoken word that you got that you want to lay down. Make sure you come and do it. I'm in the background doing the production and whatnot, making sure people who are acting out, we boot them out. But I love what Ray is doing over there. I love the culture. She has made Thursdays her own, because our executive director, La Bruja, had started the Thursday night online open mic. And then because of her executive duties, she had to leave. And I think she put it in the right hands with Ray Jane, so make sure that you go give her a follow. She also hosts her own a different open mic on Fridays, the last Friday of every month, Freestyle Fridays, especially if y'all really into like that hip-hop vibe. Make sure that you go and check it out. And y'all don't know, man, Ray Jane is a hero in real life, man. Y'all don't even know, but I'm not even going to talk about it. If you want to know what is Advocate talking about, you're just going to have to go to one of her events and ask her, or see her in person at an event. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get that follow on at It's Ray Jane. All right, let's continue on. Now we're going with Zomkonto, who Ray Jane has incorporated his horn into the Thursday Night Online Open Mic. I love it. This dude Zomkonto has so much talent, and he's got such a big heart and spirit. It just jumps out of the Zoom box. I am sure who he is in Zoom is who he is in person. I can't wait for the day I get to meet this dude in person. Brother, let the folks know where they can find you online, and then we ready for your fire.
Thank you, everyone. I'll add the info after. Thank you to everybody who came before, and thank you for blessing me with poetry. I wrote to theme. This was kind of free flow from the afternoon, so bear with me. My demons loved to wake up with no feeling in their legs, always out for a party, so amputated from reality until their limbs reattached to the stems gradually the next day, to learn to walk again by holding onto the guardrails that lead back to where the next intoxication is. In the beginning, I used to party for just me. Until one night after a disturbing sleep, I woke up to a bright red note next to me in a handwriting I had not seen before. It felt like I was on the bed one moment, but fell to the floor. And the red note was from a bleeding sustained from that fall. I checked the time, it was about 4 a.m. in the morning. The handwriting lifted from what I now saw was not a red page. It was a pool of my own blood. I felt at the back of my head for bleeding. I found none. But when I withdrew my hand, there it was, dripping profusely through my hands into an even bigger pool of blood. I closed my eyes. I said, this is not happening. A hand prized them open again. I looked, nothing. Just the loss of gravity between my eyelashes and an equally large gravitational force prying them open so that I see exactly what caused that disruption. Now this is where it really gets weird, because from a tiny indentation right in front of my eyes, this huge invitation card materialized on the wall. There seemed to be hands holding it on each end, but only their fingers could be seen. A mass of invisible exhaustion, breathing hard, struggling with a card the size of Lady Liberty. And I think one of them was reading it to me in a language almost familiar, dark even. It said there is an all-night party and you're invited, we're all excited. Don't worry about seeing us right now. You'll be seeing us, most of us later, much clearer. But whose party is this? No, not now, later. Just sign here with that pool of blood. And whose blood is this? It's yours. I mean, it's mine. I'll tell you more later. Just sign. Now, I myself used to party just for me, but without understanding what exactly was happening, I had allowed myself to bleed out on a mock dance floor of demons with my own blood as Hooters shots, confused in this devil's plot, feeding vampires at my own expense, bleeding from needles from their own dens. I would, over the years, hear that voice, which did not want me to party just for me. And without my choice, it activated a thirst for beer so strong, it came bottled with the keys that locked me up in this never-ending cycle. The keys to my own freedom. They were always at the bottom of each bottle. And as I stopped partying just for me, I lived for these demons and others. And the blood on that dance floor grew larger in volume, like right up to my knees. But I was not aware of any drowning, not aware of any drowning except this, that I had, in my own thirst, mastered drinking around the keys, watching them choke at the neck of that bottle, each bottle, until I heard them trapped in between my lips, spit them out in my palms and threw them so far into the river. Because back then, I did not want to be rescued. But in the end, I looked down the last bottle and found my own Underground Railroad. Thank you.
Oh, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Zonconto.
was
Beautiful, man.
sound like a son to me, man. For real, that dude's got all the energy.
Ooh, that whole flow, that whole poem, and then the ending. Zomkonto, you give him a follow. You see right there in the Zoom on the bottom right there. You see how mine is right there. But if you look in his Instagram's right there, make sure you give him a follow. A mainstay member here of this community. Love having him on. Thank you very much, Zomkonto, our brother across the border up in Canada. Because we need to remember there's a border to Canada between the United States. We only talk about the one in Mexico, you know. Shout out to Canada, though, and shout out to Mexico. All right, we are down to our last 4 poets, and it is definitely past 10 o'clock. It's been a long time since we've gone this long on Mondays, but I am not mad because it is awesome, and it's going to continue on with one of our newest mainstay members, her 3rd week in a row, Veronica Taylor. Veronica, I think you're hooked. And I think when the community said you're one of us and we let you know you messed up, that you have to be here every Monday, you took it to heart, and I am so happy you have. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours, Veronica.
I'll leave my Insta in the chat later. This poem is currently untitled. I dreamed of you again, lying atop poorly stitched pillows and thin tusked sheets. Disillusioned desires comb through my coils and slither their way under my bed. They make themselves at home with lost socks, crumbs, and candy wrappers, a family of the unfounded. I fret for these lost things, and I look where I feel is everywhere, but I give up, in hopes that what I cherish is replaceable. Secretly, I hope that if I don't find them, they'll at least find their way back to me. I laugh for you again. You make my chuckles turn into sounds that tumble mountains. Sweetly I gaze upon you, enchanted by your essence. You've become my muse, Athalia and Calliope, gracing the earth. I follow you hopelessly, praying whatever I can give is enough for you to take. I'm mad at you again. I don't understand why I can't have your love. You remain to me unattainable. We are fire. Glowing embers burn, and we chase each other around the ruby flames. I grow tired of our game, and you do too. You breathe more oxygen for us to ignite and dance, but I choose to remain unkindled. I cry for you again. I trace my steps, looking for the vision I once had of us, knowing somewhere it is near, and with the slightest reach, you will be in my grasp. I finally have the sense to pull back my sheets, empty my closets, and check under my bed. You were there. At least a dream of you is. I hold these fragments of memories like dead bone, wishing I had found you sooner. Maybe hope would have remained alive. I miss you again, but sadly, all is lost, and all I have now is a dream. I dream of you again and again and again and again. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Veronica.
Wow, that was some beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Oh, beautiful.
With all the energy.
Veronica Taylor, what was that line? Like I'll hold your memories like dead bones. Wish I found you sooner. I'm totally paraphrasing it, but I caught that when there was flesh on the bone and there was someone alive. Like, oh, I caught that. Veronica Taylor. Veronica, put your info in the chat so that people can give you a follow. Such a nice, sweet, and youthful voice. But I feel like, oh, there's some wisdom in that poetry. Don't sleep on Veronica. Veronica Taylor, one of the newest mainstay members of the community. All right, let's keep it moving. We down to our last 3 poets. First is someone who I don't think I've ever heard on any of our online open mics, and that is David Smart. David, you look like you've been doing your push-ups and you're ready for Monday night. I feel like I need to Hello, David. Welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic. David, where you located, brother?
What's going on, y'all? I'm from Queens, New York.
Queens in the building. Listen, y'all, Queens is probably the most diverse borough in New York City, which is like the most diverse city in the world. So shout out to Queens. They don't get enough props. I mean, I understand y'all got the New York Mets, like that hurts your reputation and whatnot. but nonetheless, I got a lot of love for Queens. David, have you actually been to the cafe before?
Yeah, I performed about 2 years ago before the pandemic, and then, it hit, and then I haven't been able to come back. So I'm glad to see that, it's come back in person and also online.
Awesome. Well, brother, I hope you've seen what we've been doing. You first let the people know where they can follow you online if you got social media, and then you get into your poetry. So, David, welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic. The floor is yours, brother.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I was hoping to sing a song, but reading is fundamental. So I saw it was only for poems. So I said, let me not stir the pot there. Let me just say a poem. All right, you can find me on social media at David Smart Music, smart with 2 T's. All right, so this poem is called Hostile Takeover, all right? Hostile takeover, motive of destruction. Divide and conquer force in the masses. The wave crashes. Can you see the power flashes? But when it gets dark, the mask lift. Clown face, you scared stiff. Can y'all really feel this? Second class, can I ask? Yo, but we second to none. Cause my mind flying off the pages just to ease my mind cause it rages. But listen to me, can you face this? You say you want peace, but you just changed it. Turn the other cheek outrageous. But I'ma still do it and follow the mazes. Cause I'ma find my way, I'll make it. I don't need no handouts, no fakeness. All that negative energy, keep it away. Cause I wanna be in grace when I about face, not to get stabbed in the back while I'm running my race. But I pray to God to guide me when I'm wrong. Cause this song is meant for me unless I have the understanding, see. So until then, I pray that God will guide me. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for David Smart.
All right,
Oh,
man.
Where you need to be is right here.
You heard the people, David. You and your push-ups have to be here every Monday now, brother. All right? Every Monday, David. All right? And since you're in Queens, you need to come to the cafe in person. We are open. Okay? And if you are a singer, which I believe you are because that's what you said, our Thursday night online open mic, they include music. So if you want to go and sing there, you can. Or you can do poetry there too. Whatever you want to do. But make sure you come back on your Mondays, all right? Shit. Sunday night, I'm going to start doing all my push-ups, getting ready. David's coming. I'm going to be ready. David Smart. David, put your info in the chat so that the people can give you a follow, brother. I appreciate you. Welcome to Mondays. We down to our last 2 poets, and they are mainstays, including this gorgeous face, Generalissimo. Look at that beard. Look at that gorgeous face. Generalissimo is a play. I like Generalissimo's like, hello, I'm here. Brother, let them know they can find you online so that they can find out about your open mic and your published book. And then let's get into your poetry.
First of all, when you have a head as heavy as mine, you have to hold it up sometimes. The old melon head syndrome. I'm going to just say, first I'm going to say Wednesday, I have a 10-minute feature for Great Weather for Media. I'll put that in the chat. But I will be here this weekend for the New York Poetry Fest, Saturday for Red or Green Books, Sunday for Q's Blue World with Kimlin. And then, of course, I will be at both open mics on Friday night at 7, and then the Saturday hybrid, and I will now read some poetry for you. So the first is just a haiku, which is the first poem in my book. Everything I think is all in my mind. It has no title. The meaning of life is not about breathing, but deciding to breathe. The second poem I wrote last year when I came to New York for for that wonderful outdoor stage event for the New Year, and then the first hybrid in August. It's called Walking on the Edge of a Hurricane. I bore witness to a homeless family of homing pigeons dining on cigarette butts deposited by humans into a rectangle of dirt where a sickly tree resided amongst sidewalk on Avenue A between 5th and 6th. It has been over 26 years since I have traversed this stretch of street. I arrived at the corner of 6th and noticed a place called Laura with blacked out windows and wondered if it was a gay bar. Is it still necessary to black out windows of gay bars in 2021? The little man made of light bulbs on the walk don't walk sign was white, signaling me it was safe to cross across the painted parallel lines of the crosswalk. I noticed all the new places that weren't there before. I tried to figure which places were my old haunts. The nondescript, bare bones Polish diner with perfect pierogies I had to step down a half a flight of stairs to enter was missing. The sidewalk cafe with its multi-genre Sunday open mic was nowhere to be found on that stretch of Avenue A before Tompkins Square Park. The second floor restaurant 7A with the pockmarked antique oak bar and exposed brick walls had the words Pilates Studio painted in pink cursive on the picture window overlooking Avenue A in Tompkins Square. At the corner of St. Mark's Place, there is a Starbucks where Stingy Lulu's was, where waitresses who served the burgers were waiters dressed in drag. An iconic eatery that defined the spirit of the East Village is now a coffee shop that encompasses conformity. I had to guess if a small batch microbrew tasting room had housed Shanae, where Jeff Buckley, Amy Correa, and Matthew Sweet got their starts playing for tips. Which space was Cafe 9, the coffee house designed by a Broadway set designer, where each chair was a skyscraper brownstone or storied city structure. There is nothing left from my old life. The rain is falling hard. I hold an umbrella close to the top of my head while toting a cloth Walmart bag containing knishes from Yona Schimmel on Houston Street with an assortment of Hamantaschen and black and white cookies from Russ and Daughter. Earlier at Katz's Deli, I lunched on a stack of thinly sliced tongue with a side of coleslaw. The waitress brought me a free plate of pickled green tomatoes and half sours and said, "I only supposed to bring this with sandwiches, but you look like nice boy." A 55-year-old nice boy. The rain, which is the rain from the edge of a hurricane, is dropping harder and harder. I duck under a pandemic tent outside a closed bar to recite this poem into my phone. There is a sign across the street shaped like a 3D hot dog with the words "Eat Me" painted on it. I am only 2.5 blocks from my hotel. The raindrops sound more urgent than before. There are so many umbrellas everywhere. Thank you, everyone.
Woo!
Yes.
Oh,
Man.
Powerful
Oh,
description. This is just amazing.
I know you had me.
Vivid.
I was
Generalissimo, I'm hungry. I feel like walking along the Lower East Side and the Lower East Side, just like, let me eat some of this, have some of this. Generalissimo, brother, put your info in the chat so those who aren't already aware of where they can find you, can find out about your book, find out about his open mic. He hosted every other week on Mondays before the Monday Night Online open mic. Make sure you go give this dude a follow. 24 up, Poets Up. One more to go. And we haven't heard from her, I think, all summer long. And that is Marissa Prada. Let me unmute her. We probably haven't heard from her all summer long because the Green Bay Packers are looking real suspect this season, right? Like, it's okay, Marissa. As a Chicago Bears fan, I have felt the pain for a long time. Aaron Rodgers is doing you-know-what kind of drugs in South America. He's criticizing all of his wide receivers. He's taking half of the team's salary cap. I mean,
I don't disagree with you. He and Devontae should have absolutely taken the agreement and split it. It would have been a much better deal. But it didn't happen, and we're still gonna win. And Wordz, I'm gonna eat you. You're gonna eat your words. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Damn it.
Believe in yourself. All right, Marissa, you know the deal. Let the people know they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
Oh my God, I miss you, Wordz, so much. What's up, New York? All right, come find me. If you have not gone to the website yet, please do so. redorgreenbooks.com. Red is R-E-A-D-Y because poetic license. That is my press. We are publishing our 42nd book this year in 2 years. So please do that. Thank you all who submitted to the Gun Violence Anthology. Find me, Marissa Prada Facebook and Prada Painting and Poetry on Instagram. The word is right, W-R-I-T-E, across all platforms. This is some new shit. And it's titled For Jalen Walker. He should have just pulled over. I bet you're probably thinking, he should have just pulled over. The white cops would have politely asked for his license and registration, told him about the minor repair needed to his vehicle, wrote him a warning, wished him a good evening, and headed on their merry white way. Another textbook traffic stop for a Black man today, right? How many of you worry if today is your day? For the cop gods to point their finger and say, that one. Let's light up that one. See what we get. Carefully crafted game of cat and mouse, adrenaline junkies with badges in place of hearts, bullets instead of brains, came to play with the next, then the next, bodies on the ground, notches in belts, medals awarded, earth unearthed for final resting places. I bet you said, he should have just pulled over. Like that was even a choice. He wanted to live and knew what fate awaited him on the other end of that trip. Instead of dogs, they used squad cars. Nooses have been traded for knees, trees no longer the unwilling accomplice. Leave that to the media to display the state of unending hate. Rage. Rage up. 46 bullets. 46 bullets contacted his body, his heart, his lungs, his back. Death came as a swift gift, sweat, tears, prayers. He knew he was going to die. He took his wedding band off, placed it on the car seat beside him before running for his life. Unarmed, but oh so dangerous that 46 bullets were deemed appropriate in that moment-to-moment assessment, holding their sheer life in their trigger-hungry hands, hunted like it's 1622, not 2022. 400 years of fighting for freedom, equality, humanity, and still nothing has been achieved, except the trees are no longer weeping. The concrete has become the scapegoat for scraping the blood of Black men from its unyielding grip. 46. 46 times a finger had to pull hard enough to fire a bullet. 46 blasts of burning Jalen Walker felt before dying. 25 years old. A bullet for every 7 months of his life. Is this overkill or just murder? But still, he should have just pulled over. I bet you're probably thinking, he should have just pulled over. Thank you. Thank you, Wordz. Thank you, Neil. See you Friday.
Oh my God, Marissa.
Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marissa Prada, y'all.
Marissa.
Oh. Wow. Oh.
Fucking revolution is coming.
Powerful.
Thank you, Marissa.
Powerful.
Make sure you give Marissa Prada a follow. Marissa, put your info in the chat so the people know where they can find you, to find out what you're doing with your poetry, and to remind you that the Green Bay Packers are going to suck for the next 2 decades. Marissa Prada, y'all. Hopefully I get to see her this upcoming weekend, even though it's going to be Mia Aguilera's weekend because it is her birthday. All hail Mia Aguilera. Hopefully I get to see Marissa, y'all. So, we have made it through 25 poets today. Please, we're almost at 10:30. It's been a long time since we've rocked out to 10:30. And we had at most 50 people in here. We're now down to 32. So that means 60% of the people stayed for 2.5 hours. God damn, it's a long time to be on Zoom with poetry. And I appreciate y'all. And for those 2.5 hours, most of them you have heard my voice. So soon, you're not going to hear my voice. But real quick, of course, I want to tell you to check out nuyorican.org, nuyorican.org, our website. We got so many things coming on. Wednesday, we got the Beatniks at 8 p.m. For those of you who are out of town, can't get to the cafe, you'll be able to watch that online. Those of you who are in town, Wednesday, we have Women Orators Wednesdays. Then Friday, Marissa and Ron Mark Thompson will be hosting an event at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. And then we have our Friday Night Slam with Jive Poetic, who is all kinds of freaking awesome. Love that dude. And of course, Saturday, we've got the hybrid open mic and the karaoke after party. I don't know where Paul is. I hope Paul con queso's all well. The karaoke party is 80s themed. Now, if we get 80 people at hybrid, I will sing for the very first time at karaoke in person. I have sung on Finn Bell's karaoke. I have not sung at karaoke in person. So if we get at least 80 people at hybrid, then we will. And we will check the numbers because our house manager, Ralph, will let me know. With that being said, of course, you can give me a follow. I'm on Instagram at Advocate of Words. And with all that being said, like I said, you've heard my voice all night long. I am now going to turn it over to the soon-to-be birthday girl. Screw it. We're going to celebrate her birthday this whole week. It is Mia Aguilera's week. Mia, the people have heard my voice all night long. They want to hear someone else. We're going to listen to you. Take us home, sis.
Thank you for mentioning me all night long. All right. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you've written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dreams be as imaginative as tonight's poems. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting the spirit of Miguel Agarin into your home. This has been the Monday night online open mic presented by the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, hosted by Advocate of Words. On behalf of the community tonight, I, Mia Aguilera, would like to say good night, sweet poet.